Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I have no idea where this video is going today, but I'm going to tell you this last week has kicked my butt. Because the last video I did, I told you I was on a 5-day fast. Well, I made it like 4.5 days, and I was like, you know what, I'm done. I have no energy. Like, I would go in the morning, and this is leading to a message for you, okay? So stick with me. Because I would go out and feed all my animals in the morning, and I would have to stop like halfway through to catch my breath, to just regain enough energy to get back to the house. I washed the car Friday. I had to stop 3 times in the process because I was about to pass out. And I know, everything, because I was checking my blood sugar, I was checking my blood pressure. And one day my blood pressure did go a little low. And everything was like, stop doing the fast immediately. Do I listen? No. So I kept going. And I have to tell you, so yesterday was day 5. And yesterday, late morning, I finally ate something. Today, I mean, I did eat a couple things yesterday, but today I feel like a whole new person. Oh my God. But so I had the 5-day fast. A friend of mine had health issues that she was dealing with, so I was helping her through that. My cat disappeared. He's still missing, so if you can send positive energy, you know, to bring him back home, I would appreciate it. I send you much gratitude for that. And that's where the message is today. You don't control anything but you and your thoughts and your actions. That's it. Everything else you have got to let go. You know, I mean, I've done everything I can think of that has come to me. That I've put out. I've reached out to friends, to the neighbors, everything to get my cat back. I can't bring him home because I don't know where he is. If I knew where he was, he wouldn't be missing. So, and he's the one that has 1 eye and 3 legs. But we call him Wild Man for a reason. He has no fear. He is, and he's full of life. He's full of energy. He is an amazing cat. Anyway, I want him back. I did have a conversation last night because I had, I've sent Archangel Michael, I've sent Ariel, I've sent Saint Germain, I've sent Saint Francis, all to protect him, to keep him safe, give him healing if he needs it, all to guide him back home. And I did this a couple days ago. And then last night, I did have a conversation with them that was pretty direct. I'm like, what the heck? You know, you guys, there's nothing you have to orchestrate. There's no moving pieces that have to fall into place. You just have to pick his ass up and bring him home. That's it. It is that easy. Why haven't you done it yet? And I just hear, have patience. He's fine. He's healthy. Everybody that I've talked to, that a friend of mine communicates with animals, and every time she tunes into him, she says he's fine, he's healthy, he's safe. So, you know, I just trust that he'll be back home. Again, here's my message. You have to let stuff go that is not in your control. Literally nothing other than you is in your control. The fast, I don't even have control over how my body's going to react to that. You know, I've done fasts before. Sorry, I had to quiet my dog. He's being obnoxious. I've done fasts before and I've been fine. This one, of course, when your husband tells you at like, I don't know, 7, 8 o'clock at night, maybe 9 o'clock at night, let's start a 5-day fast tomorrow. I didn't have time to prepare for it. And I just did it. But my body, it was less than pleasant. However, I know it is all for a reason. I know I feel so much better. I know there are things that went on in my system to help heal me, like on deep cellular levels. I lost 5 pounds. Not that I really needed to lose any weight, but I lost 5 pounds. And, I'm not going to give you all the details because some of it is a little not pleasant. But again, you don't even have control over what your body does. All you have control over is your mind, your ego. Flat out, that's it. You have control over whether you decide to get up and move, decide to take a nap, decide to go to work, decide whatever action you decide to do is in your control. However you react to whatever's going on in your environment is 100% up to you. Everything else, you literally have to let it go and not stress about it, not worry about it. But I mean, even like I said, the fast, yes, I had the decision. Do I continue with the fast or do I stop it? That was a choice. You have choices. Life is a choice for you. Choose wisely. So my cat missing, I could get wigged out, but what is that going to do? All it's going to do is stress me out. Yes, I want him home. Yes, I look around the yard, I call, I've walked to the neighbors, I've checked with the neighbors, I've put things on like Facebook and stuff like that. Here shortly, I'm going to do a flyer and take it to the local vet, just in case somebody picks him up and brings him in. He's a sweet cat. So, just in case somebody says, oh, hey, even though he's got 2 collars on, I found a cat, I think I'm going to keep it. And then they take him to the vet and say, oh, this is my cat. Yeah, no, wrong answer. So, I've done action, everything I'm guided to do. When somebody tells me, hey, check this or do that or whatever, I do it. But I have to let the outcome go. I still, every time I look out the window, I see him hopping across the yard because, again, he has 3 legs. So he hops. But he hops just as fast as these guys do. These two. But I see him hopping across the yard and I have that excitement of seeing him again. So I know he'll be home. It's just a matter of when. I have no control over that. And I will tell you, the friend of mine that's going through the health issues, she called me and I didn't scratch that. I got to clear energy for her. But then she ended up in the hospital and we had a conversation after I cleared the energy and we talked about everything that was going on. And I told her, I said, you have no control over anything. You have to let that go. And she called me after she got out of the hospital. And she said, and she thanked me because she said, I feel so much better. I feel so much lighter. The experience, everything just worked. She said it just fell into, she got a ride home that doesn't normally happen. I forget, she's ended up at a doctor today. She went to the doctor, her primary doctor, yesterday. She's going to a different doctor today that she needs because it just worked. Because she's not stressing over it, because she's not worrying about it, because she's not trying to control the situation. And she's not judging anything. This is huge, huge. Everything happens for a reason. And I told her, I said, even if what happened would trauma you went through, it could have been so much worse. But it got you to, it brought you to me so I could clear the energies. It gave, so we could have this conversation because the universe knows what's coming. It knows what is in your path. It prepares you for it the best it can. Now, she could have made the choice to not call me, and she would still have the attachments. She would have gone to the hospital and stressed over that whole situation, which would have made her situation even worse. But she followed her guidance. She followed her intuition. So, again, you have choices, but you have to let go of the outcome. So that is really truly, when I say I don't worry about anything, I literally don't. And that's why, because I know with everything in me, I have no control over anything, nothing. Like my dog right now, I'm going to fuss at him in about a minute because he's pacing the floor. I have no control whether he does what I say. I have no control over any of that. I can ask my husband to do something. I don't have control over what he does or how he reacts. I have no control over any of it. So, why stress and worry? Really, when you think about it, what does stress and worry do? All it does is upset you. The stress and the worry does not solve the problem. It does not give you the answer. Never has, never will. When you think about it, because what happens is when you're stressed and you're worried about something, it makes you do an action. If you're stressed about, oh my God, I don't have enough money to pay my bills. How am I going to pay my bills? So you go get a job. That action of getting a job is what paid your bills. It wasn't the stress and the worry. You could have gotten the damn job without stressing and worrying about it. And you'd have been in a better headspace. Your health would have been better. You can stress and worry about anything. You can, like my cat, missing. I can stress and worry about, oh my God, where is he? I hope he's okay. What happened? And send myself into a tailspin. For what? All that's doing is upsetting me. That's not helping him. That's not bringing him home. I could have gotten stressed and worried and, like my husband said, because one of the things when I read, okay, what to do when your blood pressure drops and you're fasting. Of course, AI comes back with Stop the fast immediately and seek medical attention. Of course it did. Because they want me to go to a doctor that's going to tell me that fasting is not healthy for you. Yeah. If you come across a doctor that tells you that fasting is not healthy, find another damn doctor. Hold on. Okay, had to put my dog out. He did lay down when I told him to. However, he's pacing again. He doesn't need to go out. He just wants to. But doctors are not geared for health. They're geared for medicine. That's a whole nother topic. We're not going there today. But anyway, where was I going with this? It's your choice. I could have gotten stressed. And, okay, what is stress going to do when your blood pressure's low? Send you into a panic? Send you into a worse situation? I didn't stress about it. What did I do? I don't remember what I did. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But I kept going. You know? I pushed through. So, and when my blood sugar was low, okay, so I had a couple of chunks of peach, and I had, I don't know, 6 almonds. And I drank I drank some salt. I drank a lot of salt water for the sodium the whole time. But why am I going to stress and worry about it? All that's going to do is make my situation, my health, worse. I really want everybody to get this. Because your life will get so much better. Your health will improve. The stress hormones in your body, your cortisol, and I'm not a scientist. I'm not even going to begin to go there. But your body reacts differently in a stressful situation than a calm situation. When you're at peace, your body can do what it was designed to do, which is heal you, keep you safe, keep you healthy. You know, literally, you stressing and worrying about anything is not doing anything but impacting you in a negative way. I can't stress this enough. So let that shit go. Just let it go. And know that you have no control over anything but your actions and your thoughts. Just like my friend that ended up at the ER. You know, everything she told me after the fact, she was like, you know, when thoughts would come into my head, it would be like, you know what? It's not something I have control over, so let it go. And she said it was like an instant peace. And things just worked out. You know, like it was late at night and she was getting hungry. And she thought, how am I going to get any food? Because you're in the ER. She's like, how am I going to get any food? And she was like, you know what? I don't have control over that. Just let it go. Because she could have worried about, oh my God, I'm getting hungry. I'm going to starve. And she asked the nurse, the doctor, whatever. She said, do you by chance have anything? And then she thought, the only thing that's here are these vending machine things. And she tries to eat pretty healthy. And she doesn't like the stuff that's in a vending machine. So she asked the nurse doctor, whatever, do you have, I'm getting a little hungry. Do you guys have anything by chance? Because I know the cafeteria is closed. And they said, yeah, we actually have like, I don't know, a turkey sandwich or something. They had things for people in the emergency room. And she said, I know it wasn't the most healthy thing. She said, but it was the best turkey sandwich I've had in a long time. But that's what happens. When you don't stress about it, the universe just provides. And you feel so much better. So anyway, that's my message today. I really, this is, with everything that's going on in the world, you don't have control over any of it. You know, I mean, she asked me about like some of the things that RFK is doing because she's into medicine and things like that because of her profession. And I said, if you feel called to write a letter to him, write a letter to him. If you feel called to do whatever, just do whatever, but to let go of the outcome. You cannot sit and stress and worry about, okay, I mailed it. Did he get it? Is he going to do anything about it? What's going to happen? You got to let that go. You know, I can go protest. I have no control over the outcome of it unless I want to act like an idiot and then get arrested. But that was my choice. Again, I have control over my actions. You know, if you want to act stupid and you get arrested, that's on you. You know, if you want to act stupid and you get shot, that's on you. So, you know, I got no sympathy. You play stupid games, you're going to get stupid prizes. That's how life works. You might not get it today, but your stupid prize is coming. Mark my words. So, I mean, I know there's a lot of this nonsense going on in the world where criminals are doing stupid stuff and they're getting away with it because you're in woke cities. You're in, what do they call it? I don't know. Don't care. They're in these sanctuary cities. That bullshit needs to go away. But I'm not going to sit and stress and worry about it. Nothing I can do to fix it. I don't control that situation. I don't send it energy. I know it's there. I let it go. I just see positive outcomes. I see everything happens for a reason. A lot of this nonsense is happening to wake up more people. So enough people say, you know what? Oh my God, enough is enough. Let's fix this. So anyway, all you can do is control you. That's it. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. I send you so much love, so much light. Again, I want you to live in your heaven on earth. You can't live in heaven when you're stressed. Heaven is not stress. Heaven is peace and love and joy and bliss. You know, I don't walk around with my head in the clouds and live in la la land. Some people might think I do. But I'm just happy. And I know my cat's going to show up exactly when he needs to show up, which would have been 3 days ago. But, you know, he'll show up. I just know that. And I know the universe is protecting him. My next house this one will sell exactly when it's meant to sell. I can't make that happen. My lot out at the lake will sell exactly when it's meant to happen. I can't make that happen. My next house will show up exactly when it's meant to show up. I can't make that happen either. All I can do is look for houses. Go look at houses that my husband and I like, are interested in. You know, I'll know the house when I see it. And everything will just fall into place. It just will happen. So, anyway, I send you love again. I'm hoping you can see I'm like a whole nother person. I feel so much better. Am I going to run a marathon? No. I wasn't going to run before. That's why when I was in the sheriff's office, I slipped on a wet floor and I twisted my ankle. And one of the, I don't know, sergeants, lieutenants, whatever, they wanted me to go home. And I'm like, I don't want to go home. And she said, can you run? And I said, no, because I'd sprained my ankle. And I in my head, because I bit my tongue at that point, I thought, well, I'm not going to run anyway. That's why you gave me a gun and a radio. I'm not running. I'm blonde. I'm not stupid. I'm not a runner. You know, if you're coming at me, you're going to get shot. If you're running away, I'm going to call somebody ahead of me and they're going to get you. I'm not running, because when I finally get you, if I get you after I've run, I'm exhausted. I'm not putting myself in that situation. So no, anyway, I don't even know why I told you that story, but literally, that's what happened. So I'm not running. That's why I said it. I'm not running, but I do feel amazing. So if you've never fasted, you should try it. Even if you do a 1-day fast. You know, there's plenty of stuff on YouTube telling you how to do it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I can tell you what I did, but, you know, and I've done it before. But like I said, it helps your body. It's very healthy to fast. Intermittent fasting, a 1-day, 3-day, 5-day. My husband is into day 6. He's looking at doing a 7-day fast, but he's fine. He feels much better than I did. So, anyway, have an amazing day, and we will talk soon.